it's Crochet by Beb. Welcome to my channel. Hope you are doing fine today. For this video tutorial, we're going to make this vest. This vest is made to measure so you can make your own desired size and measurements. I started with the foundation chainless half double crochet and then continue with the grab for the stitch pattern of the lemon. So I made two panels the same and then sewing the panels together and then making the ribbings for the hem and the borders for the armholes and the neckline. So this is the grab that I followed to make my sweater vest, the lemons. I explain furthermore in the next clip how to use this grab. I use stitch fiddle to make this grab. For your measurement reference, my vest is 19 inches wide and this is 16 inches long. This is my desired size. You can make your own size. If you would like your vest a bit fitted, you can start your half of your bust measurement a bit lesser, and then if you would like your vest a bit bigger or oversized, you can start your half of your bust measurement a few inches wider to start your panel. You can customize also how open you would like for the armhole. If you would like a bit close, you can make more rows here before doing the decrease. Or if you would like a bit more open, you can less your rows in this part and then start your decrease. And then continue here without the decrease and the neckline after. The stitch pattern or to follow the graph, it's not that difficult. So the numbers in here, as you can see down, this is the number of your stitches, and the numbers going up here is the number of rows. As you can see, the number 1 here and the number 2 is in there, so meaning you're going to start your stitches or direction of your stitches going up there. And then your second row, you're going to start following in this direction. And then next row 3, so you're going to start following this direction or this color of your stitches. So if you also know how to change color already, so it's not that difficult to make this vest. Alright, for the materials, I use 3 colors. I use the light blue as my main color and this color for the lemon obviously, and 4.5 millimeter hook, yarn needle, scissors, and important, your tape measure. And also this scrap, you can screenshot and print it out to use. Alright, so hope you will enjoy making this tutorial. You can share your work with me in my Instagram at Crochet by Beb. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos and click the notification bell. Alright, so let's start and enjoy making your vest. I'm going to explain it first how to use the graph. I will put the graph in here. You can screenshot that and use that as your guide to make the stitch pattern, or you can print it out and then draw your pattern in the graph. You can use directly your screenshot photo onto your phones, pads, tabs, or any gadgets you are using. You can draw in there, or if you want to print it out, you can do that, but the numbers are very small because I put in one full page. Alright, so if you already have your screenshot, graph, or the pattern, now I'm going to explain it to you how to use it or to adjust into your own size and measurements. First, know how wide you want for your vest. So for me, my vest has 74 stitches and it is 19 inches wide. So this is the wide I want for my vest. Okay, so decide first how wide you want for your vest. You can make a small swatch so you will know how many stitches you will need in your desired wide for your vest. okay? Because this is a made to measure, so you can use any kind of yarn, and we have different tensions, so it's important to make a small swatch so you will know how many stitches you will need for your own desired wide or size for your vest, okay? So my vest has a total of 74 stitches, and this is 19 inches wide, so this is my desired wide for my vest, okay? So if you already know how wide you want for your vest, now let's look onto the graph. So for example, my stitches has 74 stitches, so here I draw a line so I know where to stop. So I started here into my first stitch. This is the number of your stitches, this number down, and this on the side, this is the number of your rows, okay? So there is also in there. So these are the numbers for the stitches, numbers of your rows, okay? For example, okay babe, I have only 65 stitches, okay? So you have only 65 stitches, so you can draw your line there into your 66 line. But as you can see, the lemon pattern is cropped. So what you can do is you can adjust your stitch here in the beginning. So you can decrease 1 or 2 and then put in here. So you can have your lemon wrap complete in this side. Okay? I hope it's makes sense. So here again, if you have only 65 stitches, so your lemon pattern, it's not complete because you will stop in there, so it's going to look like that only. What you can do is you can adjust your stitches, okay? You can decrease 2 in here and then put the 2 stitches in this side to adjust your stitches, okay? You can adjust the numbering of your stitches when you adjust in here. Okay, so another example. Oh babe, I have a 90 stitches. Okay, so this is the 90 stitches, and then draw your line here into your 91. So as you can see, the balance of the lemon graph is okay. So you can start here into your first stitch, this number 1. So for me, it's balanced, so it's totally fine. Another example. Oh babe, I have only 80 stitches. How can I adjust my graph? So here, for example, if you have only 80 stitches, as you can see here, the lemon graph is cropped. So what you can do is you can disregard these colors on this side and adjust your blue stitches, for example, and put them here. So you can decrease like 3, 4 just to balance, and put your 3, 4 stitches in this side, okay? So you can add here 3 or 4 more stitches just to balance the graph of the lemon. All right, I hope that makes sense again. All right, so I hope it's a bit clearer now how to use the graph. You can ask me in the comment if you're still confused how to use the graph, okay? So in my vest, I use all half double crochet. So I started in my first row or foundation row, a foundation chainless half double crochet. So I'm going to show you first how to start with a foundation chainless half double crochet. So this is my row 1, okay? But if you prefer to start with the chains, you can do that also and make a half double crochet into your first row. Alright, so let's start with the foundation chainless half double crochet. So make a slip knot, then chain 2, yarn over, insert your hook into the first chain, grab a yarn, then pull through 1 to make the chains or the stitches down, these stitches down, and then pull all 3 loops. You have your first half double crochet done. Again, yarn over, insert hook into these 2 loops at the bottom, then grab a yarn, pull through 1, then pull all 3 loops. Again, yarn over, insert your hook, these 2 loops at the bottom, grab a yarn, pull through 1, pull all 3 loops. So you can repeat this throughout to make your foundation row, okay? So my vest has a total of 74 stitches. So I'm going to make 74 stitches and coming back to show you the second row. Alright, so when you are done your foundation row, now we're going to work the second row. So according here into the graph, so second row is here, so all blue for this color. So I will not change color in here. So for second row, all half double crochet also. So I'm going to chain 2. So for me, chain 2 doesn't count as a stitch. Then turn, work, then half double crochet into the first stitch and continue half double crochet into all your stitches. Okay, and then into our third row, we're going to change yarn to start our lemon graph. So here, continue your half double crochet for second row. Alright, so I'm done my second row. So for the third row, you can see here, so we're going to start here. So count how many stitches and this color. So for me, I'm going to work 7 and this color, and then I'm going to change yellow into my 8 stitch. Okay, you can look into your graph. If you have adjustment here, if you put more stitches in this color, so you will have more stitches in here. Okay, so you can write in here so you will know how many stitches you are adjusting. Okay, so for me, I'm going to make 7 of this color and then change to yellow. Okay, so as you can see here, the numbering, so meaning this number 3, this is row 3, so you're going to start in here. So you can see the number 4 here, you can see in here, so meaning your graph or your stitches is start in here. Okay, so don't be confused with that. So here again, your 6th row, so don't start your counting in here or to see in here your stitches, but look in here your row 6, so this, and start your stitches in this part because we are turning our work. Okay, so here I'm going to work 7 blue and then I'm going to change yellow. So I'm going to show you how to change. So again, chain 2, doesn't count as a stitch, then turn, work, then half double crochet. So I'm going to work 7, and before completing your last stitch in this color, so you will need to change for your next color. So I'm going to show you. Okay, so this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then into my 7th stitch I'm going to change now, so I don't complete my half double crochet. So I'm going to put my yarn like this and insert my yellow, so just grab like this and complete your half double crochet. Now continue in this color. So according to my graph, I need to do 4 yellow, so yarn over and work your half double crochet and carry the unworked yarn or this blue yarn and also the tail of this yellow, so less weaving of ends. Okay, so I need to work 4 yellow here, and before I finish my yellow, I'm going to change again blue, so in this color. So now I'm working this color, so I'm going to change. So before you finish your last stitch here, so do like that and grab your color, changing color. So now I'm gonna work with the blue color again, and then carry your unworked yarn, this yellow. Okay, then work your stitches in this color, so you can count how many stitches you will need to do here in this color and then change again when you reach in this part. Okay, so you can count how many stitches here. I have 14 stitches in this color in between, and then change yellow again. So I'm going to show you. So we're going to work 14 of blue, When carrying your hardwork yarn, make sure it's in the back of your work. So this is the front, so this is my guide. This is the right side of my work when my tail is in the right side. So when you are here, this is the wrong side. So make sure your unwork yarn it's in the back, okay? So it will not pop in the front of your stitches. You can see here it's a bit visible, but you can do also pull a bit. So as possible, put the unwork yarn at the back, okay? It's going to look like that, so it's more visible at the back than here at the right side. Okay, so continue here, then I'm going to show you again how to change yarn. Okay, so here I'm now in my 14 in this color, so I'm going to change. So before finishing your last stitch in this color, you're going to change your color, okay? So now I'm going to work in this color. So I'm now here. So I'm going to work again 4 stitches and this color, the yellow. And work 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so before finishing, change your yarn and grab your blue color or any color you are using for your main color. So for me, I put blue because I use this light sky blue color. And then, so I'm now here. I'm going to work again these stitches. So 14 stitches in between, then change in my 15 stitch the yellow again. Okay, and then work this row until you reach the end of your stitches. Okay, so for me until 74 stitches. Okay, so I'm going to finish my 3rd row and then show you again how to do 4th row and how to change colors. All right, so as you can see here, because we are changing colors, so your yarn get tangled, so I suggest to untangle it every row so it make it easier. Alright, so in my 4th row, so look into your graph. So as you can see, the 4 number is in this side. So meaning you're going to start in here, okay? So not in here. Okay, so don't be confused. So look in here to start your 4th row. Okay, so here, 4th row. So this is my 4th row. So I'm going to start in here. Start looking at here, not in there. Alright, so again, chain 2 and turn. So as you can see here, I carried my yellow until in this 2nd last stitch, so it will not very wonky your side. So I carried my yellow until here. So it's balanced the thickness on the side. Okay, continue. So chain 2, then turn, then half double crochet again. Then here, because I'm facing the wrong side or the back side, so make sure your carried yarn is here at your front, okay? So check your right side every now and then if it's your carried yarn are visible, so you can pull a bit to close or to tight the gap. So according to my graph, I'm going to change color here. So I'm going to make one before the stitches here. So I'm going to make 6 stitches of this yellow. So I'm going to start here. So I'm going to change color in here. Drop my blue and take my yellow and finish my stitch. And then continue yellow, 6 stitches, 1, okay, then change yarn, then again blue, continue with the blue. Okay, so it's easy like that to carry your handwork yarn. Okay, so again, don't be confused if your number of rows in this side, so your direction of your stitches for your graph is like this, from left to right. If your rows in here, for example, the number 5, you look on this part from right to left, okay? So you don't be confused. So continue your row 4. So here I don't need to count how many stitches I'm going to make on this color. I just use my last row as my guide. So 4 in here, so I need to make 1 before the yellow stitch in here to make it 6 stitches. You can see the color, okay? You can use the color as your guide. Okay, so continue your 4th row. Then in my 5th row, I'm going to show you again how to do the direction and the changing of colors. Okay. Alright, so I finished my 4th row. Now I'm going to work my 5th row. So as you can see here, the 5th row, the numbering is in here. So meaning you're going to work from right to left, the direction of your stitches. So look on here from right to left, okay? So when your numbering of your rows are in here, so look your direction from left to right, alright? So I'm going to follow these colors for my 5th row. So again, chain 2, turn work, and then half double crochet. So you can see here my unworked yarn. So carry at the wrong side of your work. So here in my 5th row, I'm going to work only 5 blues. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So I'm going to change color into yellow. Then work 7 of yellow. Okay, so as easy like this to change color. Change color again. I put my yarn in front and then grab my other color and finish the half double crochet. Then continue. Put your handwork yarn at the wrong side of your work and then continue. Okay, so I'm going to work my rows, and here I'm going to make the decrease in my 14th row. So you can see here in my 14th row, I'm going to start making the decrease. So it's up to you. This is my personal preference, how low or how open the armhole. So it depends how long you would like for your top. Okay, so I'm giving you the measurements for your reference. So here, this is only 13 rows before my decrease. So I'm giving my hem or the ribbing 1.5 allowance here. And then in my 6.5, I made my decrease. Okay, so it's up to you. It depends also how long you would like or how long you're going to make for your vest. So for me, it's a total of 16 inches long. So I'm giving here 1.5 allowance for my hem or the ribbing later. Okay, so this is the opening of my armhole. So I'm going to work my decrease in my 14th row. Okay, so I'm going to continue without decreasing this part, and then in my 14th row I'm going to show you how to do the decrease. All right, so here I'm going to show you also how to change color, because we're going to work 3 colors when we're going to insert the green one. So I'm going to show you how to carry also. So this is how it look like my wrong side. As you can see, this is the tail that I'm going to weave only. So I cut my yarn every after making the leaf of the lemon, or else you carry your yarn until here and then pick it up again later. But what I did is I just cut, then I insert again on this part. Okay, so I'm going to show you when I reach here how to do the changing with this color. Okay, all right, so now I'm here in my 8th row. So here I'm going to insert my green yarn. So the direction of my stitches is from left to right. As you can see, the numbering is here, so I'm following the direction that. So 4 yellow, and then I'm going to change 1 blue, then the green. So I'm going to change the blue here, and then 1 blue, and then change or insert my green, then 2 stitches for green. So here now we're carrying 2 yarns, the yellow and the blue, and the tail of the green. I'm going to work 2, so chains and then blue again. Okay, then continue. So make sure your carried yarn are in the wrong side. Okay, so with these rows we're working 3 colors, yellow, green and blue. And then when you are done on this part, you can drop your yellow and then continue only with blue and green, because we don't need yellow for this next rows. As you can see, so I drop my yellow in here and only continue with the blue and green, so I don't need to carry another handwork yarn. And then you can carry it here after your only 2 blues, then carry your yellow. You can see there is a space here with only blues between this lemon. So drop your yellow after this row and then pick it up later after the 2 rows of all blues. Okay, so you can see. So finish this row with the green carrying with this 2 handwork yarn. Then the next row you don't need the yellow, so just drop it after finishing this row and then continue only with the blue and green. Okay, to make the next row. Okay, continue here. So here I'm now working with the yellow, so 4 yellow, then 1 blue, then I change green, then work 2 greens, then change again with the blue. So as you see like that. Okay, so this is the right side. Continue. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to do the decrease. I'm now in my 14th row, so this is my last row, 13th row. As you can see here, my 14th row, I'm going to make the decrease. And as you can see also, the graph of the lemon is here, but in my work I didn't put the colors in this part anymore, so it balanced on this side. Okay, so you can see also your work. If it's not needed anymore to put the other color in this part, you can skip these colors in this part. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do the decrease. Okay, so I will chain 2 and doesn't canvas a stitch, turn work, and I'm going to work 2 half double crochet together in these first 2 stitches. Okay, so yarn over, insert your hook into your first stitch, grab a yarn, so don't finish your first half double crochet, and then yarn over, insert your hook into your next stitch. So I'm going to carry that yellow, then grab a yarn. Now you have 5 loops on your hook, and then yarn over all into that 5 loops to finish your 2 half double crochet together. Okay, you can do also a skip and then into your next stitch do your half double crochet, as I did also here. A skip like this, skip this first stitch and work your first half double crochet into your next stitch, your second stitch. But here I did 2 half double crochet together. So it's totally fine you do a skip or you do a half double crochet together into your first 2 stitches. Okay, and then continue your stitch pattern. So I continue all half double crochet into the stitches, and then here into the last 2 stitches we're going to work half double crochet together also, last 2 stitches. Okay, so I'm going to show you also. So first I'm going to work now my 14th row, this row. So I didn't put this yellow on this side anymore, as you can see here in my work. Okay, so I'm here now in my last 2 stitches and I'm going to work here 2 half double crochet together. So work half double crochet 2 together, then yarn over into that loops. As simply as that to work 2 half double crochet together, then 2 half double crochet together into your first and last stitch to make the decrease. Okay, so again you're going to make chain 2, then turn, then into your first 2 stitches make 2 half double crochet together again. Okay, so work here, then to your next stitch, 5 loops on the hook, yarn over all into that 5 loops. Okay, then continue again the stitches. So as simply as that, work half double crochet 2 together into your first and last stitch to make the decrease. So at least 8 rows. So I made my decrease 8 rows. So in my 21st row, I stop decreasing, and then in my 22nd row, I continue my stitches without decreasing. So as you can see here, so I stop my decrease in my 21st row, and then in my 22nd row, I continue without decreasing. And then in this part I work the neckline. So for my last 4 rows I made the neckline. This is my row 35. So in my row 36 I only make this part, and then this part 4 rows to make the shoulder and create the neckline. Okay, so continue first the decrease at least 8 rows. Okay, so I made my decrease 8 rows, but if you see your work it's already enough, you can do also 6 rows. Okay, for me 8 rows, and then I continue without decreasing in my 22nd row. Okay, so I'm done decreasing, so now I'm going to work with my 22nd row. So in my 22nd row is no decrease, so what I'm gonna do is just make your chain 2, then turn, then work 1 crochet into your first stitch and just continue half double crochet into all your stitches. Okay, so after my decrease, just go continue your rows without decreasing. So I'm now here in my 22nd row. So I'm going to work with this. As you can see here, I work the lemon, but there is a stitch that it's not included. You can see there is a cut in this part, so still follow the graph. Okay, so continue without decrease. So just work into your first stitch and work into the last stitch, which is this. Okay, so I'm going to continue without decreasing until my 35 row, and then in my 36 I'm going to do the neckline or the shoulder part. So for 4 rows here. Okay, so I'm going to continue here without decreasing. Alright, so I'm done my 35 rows. So now I'm in here in 36 rows. I'm going to explain it to you how to make your neckline or the shoulder part. So for me, this is only 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches also here. You can adjust also if you would like only 3 inches, 2.5, you can do that. Or if you would like your neckline a bit close, you can adjust it. You can make it 4 inches on this side. Okay, so for me it's 3.5 inches and it has 15 stitches only here, and then I decrease in here. So in my last row I have only 12 stitches left. Okay, so already started here. So I'm going to work now in my 37th row and continue only in this side to finish these rows, and then after I'm done here I'm going to continue in this part. So this is only 15 stitches, and then here in my next row I'm going to chain 2, then turn, then into my first and second stitch I will work half double crochet 2 together, and then continue half double crochet into the rest of the stitches, and then in my next row I'm going to decrease here again. It's also half double crochet 2 together. Okay, so it's the same the decrease what we made here in the armhole. Okay, so continue here, just make a decrease 1 stitch also. So I end up here only 12 stitches in my last row. Okay, so I'm going to continue here, and then later when I do here, just look at your direction of your stitch stitches. So I'm going to insert my next yarn here when I do this side to follow the direction of my stitches. Okay, so this is the direction of this, and then I'm going to insert my yarn here and do my 15 stitches and continue this side. Okay, so I'm going to finish now my panels and then coming back to show you my finished panels, and then we're going to sew the panels together. Okay, and in your first panel, just leave a long tail in your last row, enough to sew the panels together later. So here, as you can see, already started. I inserted my yarn here and continue. This is also 15 stitches, and this is the finished first side. So I'm going to continue here. Alright, so when you are done your two panels, now we're going to sew them together. Put first your first panel into the good side or right side out and the wrong side facing down. Your second panel, put it into the good side down and wrong side facing up, so the good side are facing together. Now we're going to sew the shoulder first and the sides. So I'm going to use my yarn needle. Alright, so when you are done sewing your panels together, put your panels into the good side out or the right side out, and then now we're going to do the ribbing or the hem part. So we're going to insert our yarn here. So for me, I'm using also the same color. You can change also if you would like. So here, insert your yarn and make a change. So this depends how long you would like to make for your ribbing. For me, at least 1.5 inches. Okay, so I have 7 chains here, enough for my 1.5 inches. And then second chain from your hook, we're going to work single crochet. And then single crochet into all the chains. So I have 6 single crochet here. Into your next stitch, slip stitch, and then next stitch is slip stitch, and then turn your work and then do your single crochet into the back loop only. So meaning in this one loop at the back of your stitches. So at the back, then make single crochet. Okay, so make sure you have the same stitches. So for me, I have 6 stitches or 6 single crochet, and then chain 1, turn, and then again single crochet into the back loop only. So here, then single crochet, then into the next stitch, slip stitch, and into the next stitch, slip stitch. Then turn, then single crochet into your first stitch. So don't confuse with your slip stitch here. Start your single crochet into your first stitch. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Then chain 1 and turn, then single crochet into the back loop, again into all the stitches. So we're going to repeat this all the way around into our panel. Okay, so slip stitch into the next stitch, then here into the next stitch, slip stitch, then turn, then continue again. Okay, so we're going to repeat this all the way around, and then when we reach here, we're going to sew this end together, and then we are done with our ribbing. Okay, but if you would like to make your ribbing using half double crochet into the back loop, you can do that also. Okay, and just look the adjustment in your slip stitch when you do it here, so it will not compress or very wide your ribbing. Okay, so continue make your ribbing all the way around, and then after that we're going to do the armhole borders and the neckline. Okay, continue. All right, so I'm done the ribbing. So this is how it look like, and I already started the armhole borders. It's the same also, single crochet into the back loop only to make the ribbing for the borders of the armhole. And I have 4 stitches for my armhole, so just insert your yarn here in the corner and then I chain 5. Then second chain from my hook, I start my single crochet and single crochet into the rest of the chains. So I have 4 single crochet, and then just slip stitch here, so there is no clear stitches in our armhole. So just look at it, if it's too wide or too compressed, your slip stitch. Okay, so here I'm going to slip stitch one more and then turn, and then into the back loop only single crochet. So it's the same from the ribbing down. From our hem, it's a single crochet into the back loop. So chain 1 there and then single crochet into the back loop again. Okay, so it's the same. So I only put 4 stitches here and then just slip stitch once more, then turn, then into the back loop single crochet. Okay, you can see the distance, if it's too compressed or too wide when you do the slip stitch. Okay, I'll show you here. This is how it look like, my armhole border. If it's too wide, it's gonna look like this, or if it's too compressed, your stitches look like this. Okay, so you can see the distance if you're going to do your slip stitch. All right, so continue here going around, and then later you're going to connect this together. As you can see here, I just use my yarn needle and sew the ends together, and then after here make your neckline. It's the same single crochet into the back loop also, so I will not going to show you again because it's totally the same that I'm going to do in the neckline. This ribbing single crochet into the back loop only, so probably I'm going to put also 4 stitches. I'm going to start 5 chains, then single crochet into the back loop only. Okay, so I'm going to finish this armhole border here in this part and then continue the neckline borders. It's going to be the same, so I'm not going to show you again. Okay, to start here, you can start anywhere into your stitches. I prefer to start here in the corner, in any of the corner, and then go around to make my ribbings and then end into the corner also. Okay, so continue. All right, so I'm done the borders. This is how it look like the neckline. So it's the same 4 stitches of single crochet to the back loop only. Alright, so when you are done your borders, just sweep all your ends and you are done with your vest. Hope you enjoyed making this tutorial. You can tag me in my Instagram at Crochet by Beb if you would like to share your work with me. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so you will be notified for more videos. Thank you so much and take care everyone. Happy crochet. Bye! Thank you.